Hello, Freedom Family. I'm Mark, and I am so glad you're here at _Freedom for Life _. The reason I'm glad is because today's conversation is one that you don't want to miss, because I want to give you the secret how you can have every single thing in your life that you've ever dreamed of. So let's get started, shall we? And as we're getting started, could you do me a favor? Could you subscribe, become part of the Freedom Family, and could you hit that notification bell so you can be part of every conversation that we're having? So it's a big ask, right? How do I have everything in my life that I've ever dreamed of? The answer actually is fairly simple. And so I wanted to give you this as a secret, a nugget for you to take away, an action item for you to have those dreams that you believed you should have in your life. We're in this life mastery journey, right? It's the course that I teach. It's the one that's even in the description down below that you can be a part of. And in that course, we talk about this, having the life that you were created for, right? The life that God created you for. And the way to be able to do that is first and foremost to understand one thing. And that one thing I'll give you in one word. And that one word is value. And so how do I have everything in my life that I've dreamed of, that I believe God has created me for, the purposes and the plans that He has, right? Well, it starts with simply doing this. It starts with you examining your life, the experiences you have, the relationships you're in, the things you're doing from the perspective, from the mindset of the value and the worth that you have. Meaning this, you're a person that's got value and worth innately in you because God created you to be a unique, one-of-a-kind creation. Here's the problem in my life, and maybe in yours as well. Sometimes I tolerate things in my life that are less than the value or the worth that I have. Meaning this, sometimes I tolerate things in relationships and friendships and conversations and the way that I'm addressed by somebody's conversation with me that devalue me, that are less than what I'm worth, right? You know, those kind of conversations that are cutting, that are biting, that are rude, that are mean, those things that sometimes we tolerate because we think we just have to. Especially in this Christian society that we have, sometimes we think that the way to be humble is to allow yourself to be a doormat. And that's not the case. But back to this value statement, if I look at my life, my experiences, my job, my relationships from a place of understanding my worth and my value, not because I'm arrogant, but because I understand who God created me to be. And the more I understand who God created me to be, the more I understand the value that I bring into the life I live. So with a job, is your job at the level of value and worth that you deserve? Is it maximizing who you are? Is it allowing your creativity to come out? Is it seeing your ability to have leadership and perspective and understanding and wisdom and knowledge? Or is it just something that's a good paycheck and easy? See, if I examine my job and I examine my relationships and even my relationship with my wife, am I bringing value into the relationship, and is she investing the same? Am I looking at what our marriage could be from the place of the worth and the value that it's supposed to have versus what's just easy to get through life with? How do you have all the dreams and all of the things that you were created to have in your life? How do you have that level of success in your life? Well, it first comes from this perspective of me viewing my life through the value and the worth that I have. And if the things that I'm engaged in aren't measuring up, then maybe I need to change something. I'm not saying you should get a divorce. What I'm saying is if your marriage isn't measuring up to the value and worth that you believe it should have and you should receive from it, then maybe there's some changes that you want to make. Maybe there is some engagement in counseling or mentorship or ways for you to have a greater vision for your marriage than you have. If your job or your business isn't at the level that you are actually capable of living, then maybe it's something where you want to see where you can gain some education or take that leap of faith into a business or invite yourself into a conversation with your leader, your owner, your business manager, whoever, to say, hey, I'm worth more than where I'm at. Sometimes it takes somebody raising a hand and saying, hey, I'm worth more than this to be able to receive all they have. And frankly, if that conversation isn't well received, that tells you everything you need to know about where you're at. At the end of the day, I don't want you to shrink back from the level of value and worth that you deserve in your life simply because it's easy and it's comfortable. I've been there and it's never gotten me anywhere that I've enjoyed my life. But if you look at your life and the experiences of your life through and the understanding of your value and worth, and you say, well, what can I do to align my life, in my case, my job, my business, my ministry, my marriage, with that value and that worth, now all of a sudden, you'll start to see the successes you desire, and you'll start to see doors open and things start to flourish in ways you couldn't have imagined. Nobody will ever give you the value you're worth until you give it to yourself. So at the end of the day, how do I have everything I desire? It starts with this: having the experiences of my life align with the value and worth that I have. And in that place, you'll start to see incremental increases in the blessing, in the abundance, in the provision and the prosperity, in the depth and blessing of the relationships that you have. What are you worth? What value do you have, and are the aspects, your spiritual walk, your relational walk, your financial, your physical, your vocational walk, are they aligning with it? And if not, take one thing that you can do this week to change one of those areas for the better so that your life reflects the value that you bring to it and the worth that you have in it. If you do that, I guarantee you'll be on the road to a success that you couldn't have even imagined, or maybe you could, you just hadn't taken that step yet. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe it's in you. Take that step. Don't allow your life to be less than the value and the worth that you bring to it. And in that place, you'll have everything you ever dreamed of. Hi, I'm Mark. I'm glad you're here for all of our conversations at _freedom4life_. Could you do me a favor? Could you like this? Hit that like button if it resonates with you. Could you leave a comment? Let me know one area where you want to increase the value and worth that you have in your business, your job, your family, your relationships. Could you share this with somebody that you believe in who maybe doesn't believe in themselves at the level that they should? And at the end of the day, dominate your day.